Alright guys, how you doing? So it's been a very long time since I did a vendor reset video, but I thought I'd do one today because I've kind of got the day off work, so I thought I'd just do one for you guys so you can see what is available from today. So this is obviously the base of ops here in Washington. So here we've got the named Roldy Holdings Pristine Example. It's not a particularly good role, but obviously it's got perfect focus on there, so if you do want this particular piece, perfect focus being a pretty good talent. We've got a P90 on here, which has got max roll crit chance, so if you do need that on your SMGs, then that's a good pickup. Pretty high damage to targets out of cover on this org here as well. Military M9. We've got some other pieces here, which I'm just going to go through. We've got this headshot damage offensive system firearms here. It's not particularly high roll, I don't believe. Damage here on the turret. Not on the turret, on the drone. We've got the burn damage on the turret, and then we've got explosive sticky payload, 4.8% blast radius. And yeah, we'll make our way over to the clan vendor. Alright, so we're at the clan vendor now. We've got swap chain. I don't believe I have swap chain. It's not a particularly high rolled one, which is unfortunate, but we do have that there. We've got True Patriot holster, Negotiator's Dilemma mask, and we've got the hardwired knee pads. We've got a classic RPK as well. We've actually got a pretty high damage to targets out of cover, and it's got a higher optimal range than I've got actually, so I'm probably I'll pick that up just to get that little bit of optimal range. We've got a Vector here with SMG damage, crit chance, and stability, and it's got a pretty, wouldn't really go for that one because of the talent there as well. Almost max rolled skill damage on this holster, so that's a pretty good pickup if you do need skill damage on the holster, a high roll. We've got some gloves from Alps. We've got some Petrov holster, Grupo Sombre holster, Badger Tough backpack. Nothing really here to really kind of worth picking up. So that's the yeah, that's the clan vendor. We'll move on. All right. So next up, we're at the campus settlement here. Well, we've got Ekim's long stick with a full max rolled optimal range on there. This is actually a very good Model 700, the name version. This isn't a bad one, although obviously headshot damage you want max, you would want marksman rifle max, and you'd probably not want optimal range. But if you do need obviously this attribute, then pick it up. I'm going to be picking it up because I need a max roll there. We've got another Model 700, another RPK, Golden Gear mask. These are all not particularly good rolls here, if I'm being honest. Reviver armor repair, 8.5%. I don't think mine's as high as that. So I'm going to pick that up. And yeah, there we go. So I think the next one we'll move on is to the theatre. Alright, so we're at the theatre here. Let's see what we've got. We've got Firm Handshake, which is the Sokolov named item. It's got max rolled status effects. It's a rainbow roll. So if you do need that, then you can pick it up, of course. ACS 12, pretty low roll on that ACS. USC 45 ACP, again, another pretty low roll on that one. Although it does have good attributes there. Very low roll on that crit chance piece. That's a little bit surprising, but this piece overall would still be above the minimum values here. We've got Douglas and Harding knee pads, bleed resistance there, 4.2% damage on that Seeker Mine, 4% damage bonus per enemy. Does that go up to 5%? Because I've never seen one. And yeah, that's about it actually, guys. So let's move on to the Dark Zone vendors, I reckon. Right, so we're just here at the DZ East Dark Zone vendor. Oh, we got the Hollow Man, which is great. I actually need this. I may have to pick this up just because I don't have it. Do I have enough? How much? 100? Oh, I need to go into the Dark Zone. But if you do want the Hollow Man, it is here. We then got an SRS Sniper, pretty low roll. M60, again, pretty low roll here. True Patriot mask, low. Tip of Spear, got a fairly high-ish hazard protection on that Tip of Spear holster there. Hannah Yu mask. We then got another holster, which is the Grupo Sombra one. Repair skills on that utility system mod, which is pretty low. And snare health, again, pretty low on that one. And I would say everything else here is pretty low, but I'm definitely going to be picking up this Hollow Man piece. But it does mean I'm going to have to go into the Dark Zone, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's move on to the next Dark Zone vendor. So here we are at the DZ South Dark Zone vendor. We got the Door Kicker's Knock, which is the Grupo Sombra named chess piece here with perfect spark. Again, I don't believe I have this, but it's a pretty bad rolled one, so I'm probably not going to pick this one up. We've got the Tactical Org here. Again, another pretty low roll, MK16. as well. If you did want to build this one out with, say, some crit, then it does have strained on there if you wanted to. And it's got health damage and damage to armor, which are pretty good. We then got the True Patriot backpack. We got the hardwired chest piece, Alps Summit backpack. Again, pretty much rainbow rolls we're seeing here, guys, and hopefully we'll get this sorted out, or at least a better version with the update with TU11. We'll hear more about that in tomorrow's State of the Game, but that's pretty much it. If you did want to run, obviously, a sticky here in PvP, there runs a 6.3% damage mod here, which would work out pretty well. So let's move on to the last DC vendor there, which is up in the west. Alright, so we're at the last Dark Zone vendor here up in the west, and let's see what my man has to offer. We got Emperor's Guard, the Murakami Industries named knee pads. I only actually got these recently, and mine I've rolled better than this, so they're there if you want them, guys. Tactical SAS GK, not overly great here, although it's got pummel, which isn't particularly good actually on certainly for PvP or PvE actually. We've got this max rolled damage to armor attribute on this M16A2. It's also got spike. Again, a pretty low rolled one in terms of the crit damage, but if you did need the maximum damage to armor at 6% attribute, then it's available there for assault rifles. We got the Eclipse Protocol gloves here. We got the Eclipse Protocol knee pads. Very low skill damage on that. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Actually might be too low. I could be wrong there, although it is set to challenging, I believe, so maybe it's not. I'm glad I play on heroic now, if that's the case. We then got some Badger Tough gloves. Again, not particularly high rolled. We got this max rolled explosive resistance here on these Providence knee pads. Again, I've got max rolled here, but if you do need explosive resistance on your knee pads at max rolled, then they're there for you guys. We've got burn resistance here on the defensive protocol mod. 4.2% on this Seeker Mine here damage. Again, another damage bonus here again, another damage bonus here, the 4% here on the shield. Skill haste on the Firefly, and then we got the decoy duration at 6%. So let's move on to the next vendor, guys. Alright, so now we're at the Haven settlement. Let's see what we have here. Hopefully this isn't the last but least one. So we haven't got anything. We've got the Org to start off with. Pretty low rolled on that one. And the talent, that's not really worth it, to be honest, with that particular gun. Unfortunately, we got the M60E4. 10% damage to targets out of cover. That may be high for some of you guys. So let's, if you want to get that, you can certainly pick it up. The SESG12. Again, unfortunately, not a particularly good rolled one. A tactical M1911 pistol, another low roll piece. This one, actually, this golden gear has got max weapon handling on, and obviously weapon handling being something that's a little bit better than it was before following the changes that were made to weapon handling. So if you do need the max roll weapon handling on a chest piece, then you can get it here for the golden gear at the Haven vendor. I've actually got max roll myself, so I won't be picking that up myself. It looks like we got some Providence gloves. 7% weapon handling on that. Again, only 1% off the maximum here, so maybe for you guys that might be something that you need to pick up. We've got this Hannah U holster. Unfortunately, I would say that's probably not worth picking up. That one with 2 blues on it. Explosive resistance and health. We've got 10.3% crit damage on the offensive system mod here. I know for me this would be one of my higher kind of mods. Unfortunately, I'm not very lucky when it comes to mods. I've actually only ever got 2 max rolled mods. One was a purple mod. So, yeah, this might be worth it for you guys. And then we got this 10.2% skill haste on this utility one here. Duration on a turret at 6.4%. Blind effect duration, again, at 6% on this Firefly. And then we've also got the improved sticky launcher at 4.7% blast radius. Again, a pretty low roll. So yeah, that's the vendors here.